The first task that you will be needing when you accept a case from St. Mary's or when you've been assigned a new case is the task called Manage Patient Client Schedule. In order to generate this task, it's not going to be here on your task list. It's going to be under Create New Task. You select the drop down and you'll select Manage Patient Client Schedule. This is going to allow you to view the ordered visits for the patient and assign yourself to visits. This will open up a search window where you will select your patient. The patient for this demonstration is Meditech Training. Now, if you're ever searching and you don't see your patient in the dropdown, the default for searching is all active patients. But if perhaps your patient is in a pending recertification status, or if your patient is pending discharge or hasn't been admitted yet, in order to find your patient, you can just select all and it'll show all of the patients regardless of status. So you would select the patient that you want to schedule visits for. And then in order to view the schedule, you have two options. You can click Patient Schedule here at the top of the task list, or you can click Next. When viewing your patient's schedule, when a visit has not been assigned to a particular clinician, it will show up as a blue square. So in order for you to be able to see the visit on your schedule and to create tasks to do documentation for these visits, you need to be assigned to the visit. The way that you will do that, you can click on the visit, and then once you click on a visit, you get the visit information panel down here at the bottom of the screen. This contains the visit type, so this is a PT routine visit, the frequency, the order, that would be 3 times a week, and the employee. In order for it to be assigned to you, you have to assign yourself, or your scheduler or case placer may be assigning you visits. But it is very important that you know how to look for the visits for your patient and how to assign yourself if necessary. So in order to do that, you'll just put in the first 3 letters of your last name and click Enter on the keyboard. That will do a search and should populate. If there's more than one person for your discipline with the first 3 letters, you'll get a secondary pop-up where you can select more details and find your name from a list. So as you can see, that visit is now a green circle and not a blue square. That means it is assigned to me, so I will get a task to document this visit. I will also be able to see this visit on my schedule in a different task called Manage My Schedule. Now, if I'm planning on being the therapist for this patient for ongoing services, I would need to assign myself to all of the visits in the certification period. There is a way to do that all in one shot instead of having to type your name in individually on each visit. So when clicking on any visit, you can, for yourself, your discipline, you would come down to multi-visit actions. This will allow you to assign yourself to multiple visits in one action. So you would click on the action and select the action that you want. So you would like to assign an employee. You're going to be assigning yourself. So you would click Assign Employee. You want to assign yourself to all the routine visits for your discipline. For visit time frame, you want to assign yourself to the entire order. Order segment refers to just the particular week that you are in. However, visit order is for the entire order for the entire certification period. So click visit order, and again, just type the first 3 letters of your last name, click enter on your keyboard. And the action summary describes what you're about to do. I want to assign all PT routine visits within this visit order for physical therapy, PT routine, to myself, Elaine McGowan. And then click Assign. So now all of the PT visits for this patient certification period will now be assigned to me and will turn into green circles. Creating an ongoing schedule is very easy in Meditech. Once you have assigned yourself your visits, now you want to set up your typical routine schedule for the patient. The system default is if the order is once a week, the visit will appear on Monday. The visits are twice a week, Monday, Tuesday, 3 times a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. In order to set up your own patient-specific schedule, you can click on the link for Auto Plot Preferences here in the upper right-hand part of the screen. What this will do, you can tell the computer what days of the week that you want to see your patient on. So you would select your discipline. So in this demonstration, I'm a physical therapist. The orders for this patient are 3 times a week. So I'm going to say that I see this patient on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And click Save. It'll ask you if you'd like to apply to the schedule. You say yes. And once we go back onto the schedule, all the visits in the future will be moving over to Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So as you can see in the future, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, going down until the end of the certification period. The visits in the past have not changed. Autoplot preferences only work when you are working in the future. So for this week, if I needed to move my schedule, you can just click and drag and move any visit. If a parent cancels or reschedules a visit, all you need to do is click on the visit and move it to a different day that week. When you click on a visit, the white area indicates that this visit can be moved between this day and this day. You can also see this information if I'm clicking on the visit for the 3rd. This visit is plottable from 10/2 to 10/8. If I try to take a visit from this week and put it in the week below, I get a little red stop sign and it won't let you do that. So this is how you can tell that you are within your patient week. Patient weeks are Sunday through Saturday, and the visits in that week can be rescheduled at any place in that week. Other information here, there are links if you'd like to see the patient overview, which is just the patient information, some general information. You can click on patient overview, and the overview will open up in a pop-up window. So when you click on patient overview, you can see right up here at the top, the principal program, action level 1 red. Going back to the initial orientation training, the action levels refer to their insurance status. So this patient is most likely a managed Medicaid patient. They only have one payer and no backup insurance. So you can tell what type of patient what type of insurance a patient has, their category, right up here by clicking on that patient information link. Other important information here is their certification period. This is the period in time in which their orders are in effect. So this patient's cert period started on 9/12 and ended on 11/10. So he will need new orders starting on 11/11. The diagnosis tab can give you information about their diagnoses. And then the resources tab can also give you other clinicians' contact information, your care coordinator, that's your case placer, and your scheduler gives you their contact information. It'll also inform you who's the nurse and their phone and email address. So the patient information link is a very easy way right from your schedule to learn more about your patient. Has the patient's parents' contact information, address, phone number, etc. close it, you would just hit close. So that is the patient overview link. There's also a quick link to looking at your own schedule. So that will be, I will demonstrate that in a separate video. Other tabs here are rescheduled missed. So this is where you're going to click to set a visit to missed. So if a patient cancels a session and you're not going to be moving it to another day in the week, you could set it to missed. And here you would just select the reason that that visit is being canceled. So if the patient canceled because they were ill, you would select patient illness, other canceled secondary to fever, and save that note. Once a visit is missed, it turns into a red X on your schedule. If you needed to reactivate this visit, meaning the mother decided, she calls you on Friday and she realizes she wants to make up that visit from Monday on Saturday, you don't have a visit to move over, so you would click reactivate. And then you could just drag that visit from Monday back over to Saturday. So that is an easy way for you to manage your schedule. Missed visits will be reviewed in a secondary video called Missed Visit and Schedule Management to specifically focus on the different types of missed visits and the best way to document. Now, other important things that you can access in the system, if you click on Service Direction and Maps, if you click on the link for the map right here, it will open up a page in your internet browser for Google Maps and map that patient out for you. So this is just an easy way for you to be able to view addresses on a map. You can just close your internet browser when you're done with that. And the Orders and Authorization tab. When you click on the Orders and Authorization tab, you'll be able to view the type of order that they have. So the order here is 3 times a week and it started on 9/12. If the visit is authorized, the details about that authorization will be contained here. More information about authorizations and managed care summaries will be detailed in a separate video regarding managed care. So just as a review, when you are in the patient-client schedule, you're looking at visits that are ordered for a patient that appear on the schedule. Visits that are not assigned to a clinician are blue squares. Visits that are assigned will be a green circle and have that clinician's name next to it. In order to set up your patient-specific schedule, you would click on that Auto Plot Preferences link and enter in the days of the week that you want to see your patient for your discipline under the frequency that is ordered. You can assign yourself multiple visits by coming into multi-visit actions. So that is what that tab is for. You can view your patient's information, just a general overview, by clicking on the patient overview link. And you can view your patient's location by coming into the service location map and clicking the map icon. Orders and authorization will be where you'll be able to see the ordered frequency for your patient by clicking when you're clicked on a visit, and also the managed care authorization. So that is the patient-client schedule. So now when I click finish and I go back to my home screen, the home screen that previously did not have any tasks on it now will have a task. When you're leaving a patient's schedule, you may get warnings. You can just ignore those and hit close and hit finish one more time. So now when I'm back on my task list, I will now have a task called Confirm My Day. That is because I have a visit assigned to myself for this day. These tasks are now generated because I have visits assigned to myself for these days. How to work the Confirm My Day task will be covered in a separate video.